How do I stay connected to my clients so that I build that relationship that everybody's talking about? I can help you. I'm Kathy Burns, and I'm here in the Lake Norman area as a realtor and been doing it since 2006. And I've used one tool that entire time that has really, really helped me. And I'm going to tell you about it. But in the meantime, please subscribe and share this with other people because it's a good tool. You pay for it, of course, but it's not that expensive. It's called Send Out Cards. Now, I've talked about it in some other videos on different ways to use it. My I Got a Guy card, which I talked about in the previous video, and I break that down how I'm known as the I Got a Guy gal. And I say I got a guy and a gal too. And I feature different vendors. I stopped doing that where I gave them a whole list of vendors up front. No, I want to be top of mind once a month. So my key people get an I Got a Guy card from me once a month. And it features a vendor that I trust, that I'm not paid to promote at all. And I'm very clear about that in there. And I tell my people that in that card, which you'll see more on that video, that if this isn't the guy for you, but you need something else, well, be sure and let me know because I want to help you find that person. It's rare that I don't have a guy, but if I don't, I got a guy who knows a guy and I can help you pretty darn quick. And I keep my phone tied to me. It's ridiculous. So I'm pretty available. If I'm not, I'll get back with you really quick. But back to Send Out Card. Okay, have you ever heard of them? They are a network marketing company. I am not doing it for the network marketing part of the business. If I get a little residual on it, great. Can help offset the cost of my mailings that I do each month. But that's not my focus, and that's another point. I stay focused on my industry. I do not split my focus, and that's how I achieve better results. So one of the cool things that I have done from the beginning is they have a really cool app where you can go on this app really quickly. You can, first of all, you can import all your clients or the database of whoever you want to stay in touch with. Your sphere, and you can separate it into groups. I have my BNI group, which is a networking group. I have my family and close friends in another group because you can categorize them in these different groups. I've got my I Got a Guy group that all the people that are in there are who's going to get that card. I also have all my clients as another category in itself because sometimes I want to reach out to my clients specifically and I want to be able to go find them within my app really quickly. So I'm on the app, I'm scrolling through Facebook wherever I'm at. I could be waiting for my Pilates class to start. I could be sitting in the car, scrolling through Facebook, and I see one of my clients, they just had a new baby. They're very excited about that. They grabbed this great picture. And so I can take a screenshot of that picture, right? I send them through my app. I can create my own card. That is the cover of the card, because you can make those pictures right on the card. And these cards go U.S. mail, however you create them online or on your app, which is the coolest thing about them. So I go in there, I put that picture of that mother and dad with the brand new baby. And on the inside, I may say, I'll have a little picture because I save sayings in my phone that's in a folder as well. And in that folder's all kinds of sayings. Some are different Christian verses from the Bible. Some are just positive sayings. Some are funny things. Some are just beautiful pictures. So I have that folder, and mine is sayings. That's the name of the one in my phone. And so I'll go in there, I'll scroll through my sayings folder in my phone, and I'll find something that's appropriate. Maybe it'll be something like, God bless you today. And so then on the right-hand side, I'll usually say, dear, whatever their name is. We often don't capture moments like this in picture format. We just have them saved on our phone or in our social media. I will put my phone number underneath my name. That's the only branding of any sort that I do on that card. And on the back, which is normally branded when I do my I Got a Guy cards, that's where I go back to that sayings folder and I find something on there that can fill up the back of the card that is powerful for that whole event. Like, for example, if somebody really achieved a great goal, the back of that card is going to say, she believed she could, so she did. I love that saying, by the way. So I'll put that on the back of that card, for that one. Sometimes people have just been struggling to have a baby. That would have been a good one for that too. And they finally got their child. So I could put that on the back of the card. Now I just grab who the contact is, attach it to that card, and If it was a birthday card, I'd have it delivered by their birthday. So, because I keep the birthdays of all of my clients in that as part of their contact base. And then it gets sent U.S. mail. It usually arrives 5 to 7 days later. Business days is how I kind of see it. And I have people that'll say to me, oh my gosh, Kathy, I love that. Like one was a friend of mine, later in life, she got married a second time. And her wedding was in her parents' house. I think it was around Christmas time. And it was a surprise to even her family. They didn't know she was going to do this. She flew in from out of town with her guy. And she had arranged to have someone there at the house. How exciting is that? And they took some pictures. Well, I grabbed that picture and I sent that to her. It just told her how excited I was for her future, their future, and how I hope that they love that picture. And on the back, it said something, I don't remember what it was. And she put that picture up on her mantle at home, took a picture of the card, and showed me how much she cherished that. Some people will post it on Facebook. Hey, look at this cool card I got from Kathy Burns, which I really love because that's exciting, because then it helped me too. But those are called heartfelt cards with send out cards because that's exactly what they do. They are heartfelt. Have you ever heard of this? There's another company out there called Mailbox. I used them for a while. They were cheaper. Their software was cumbersome to me. Not that Send Out Cards website is the greatest website. I really prefer the app because it bogs. But that's probably because there's so many hundreds of thousands of people that utilize the service. And I try to do it when it's off service times. But I send those cards out all the time. And I can't tell you the number of my clients that just love the warm and fuzzy that they feel with me. Oh, and during COVID, Send Out Cards had a deal where you could send out a card and a brownie, because they also have gifts with it, to one. There was a limit on how many you could do. I think it was 100. So I sent out 100 plus. They were giving the brownies for free. Now, they were delicious. I even sent one to myself to make sure they were still good. And I sent them out to my clients. Well, there was a client that I sent that to who was on the fence of who she was going to hire to list her waterfront property. And she goes, if she sends us brownies, I'm picking her. Now, she already liked us both, but I just one-upped her. And how about that? That's what I'm talking about. Heartfelt. And so Send Out Cards is worth checking out. I'm going to put a link below so that you can subscribe to that if you want to. If you've already got somebody that you know that does send out cards, subscribe under them. As I said, I don't care. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. One cool thing is, though, as a realtor, I have different cards that I have created that because you are with Send Out Cards and I'm with Send Out Cards, I can send that card over to you and you'll have it as a template. For example, that I Got a Guy card, I really love that. I have been doing that for at least maybe 14 years. That's how long I use that tool. And I love it. And like I said, I left to go to Mailbox for a while. Wasn't the same. So, because I didn't have the app. The app is critical to me because I can do that on the fly so often. So many times you're just sitting in the doctor's office or wherever, you're just sitting there scrolling through your Facebook and there's opportunity galore. And if your client's information is in in that app and you've got all their information, you can do that in a nanosecond. Everybody posts all the things that they're proud of in their life or the sad days in their life. And another one where a woman had taken a picture of her and her husband on her anniversary at one point, and she had it in her pictures, because I'll go scanning through their pictures. And her husband had just died unexpectedly. And I sent her that picture so that she could have a fond memory of him. She sent me a text telling me how much she treasured that card and she would save it forever. I sent it to some of my dearest friends just to tell them how much I love them. It was a friendship letter. You could do that to your friends and your kids. I know, but for me, this is 90% business, 90%, 10% for my family and such. I just did my Christmas card. Oh yeah, what about that? So I did my Christmas cards. I go in and I design my own card. I can find pictures either on Pinterest or on just Google, and you can find your different pictures. I put Santa kneeling down to Christ in a manger on the cover. On the inside, I think it had Merry Christmas wreath on the left-hand side, a picture of that. And then I wrote a little story about what was going on in my life. You can do so many things. They've got so many options to do. And on the back, it was a Christmas tree of the Christ was born, a manger born in a star, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it was a beautiful Christmas tree on the back with the words of a piece of the Bible about Christ, and it was great. And I sent those out to all the clients and family and friends that I wanted it to go to, and that maybe took me 30 minutes. And again, all through U.S. mail, boom, all there, done. Instead of writing on all these cards, and you can do it in cursive fonts too. I usually use blue ink in a cursive font, and I like it very much. So I hope you like this. I've got a couple other videos that I've done in the past that talk about the send out cards. So be sure and check those out too, to give you some other ideas where I go over that I got a guy card. I also talk about how you can do it to get listings, and you may be interested in that. One of the things that I did in the beginning was I live in a waterfront community, and I found a list of waterfront owners of a particular price point around the lake here, and I sent out these cards that had a beautiful picture of our lake, and I overlaid on top of it, we have buyers looking to move to Lake Norman on the front. I don't even know how I did that back then, because I don't think I knew about Canva. I don't even know if Canva was around. But anyway, I would send that out to these different people, usually once a month, and I would get buyers. I would get sellers, actually, who were willing to sell their house, and I would get buyers from it as well. So that's how I also, was one of the pieces of how I built my waterfront business. How I built that waterfront business was a great tool to use. So there's lots of ways that you can do this. Let's collaborate. Let's talk about it. Be sure and write some questions down below. Let's figure it out. I love collaborating and masterminding. Love to hear from you. So stay tuned for more. Please subscribe, please share, and let's see if we can't do business together.